Tamar Braxton just exposed the most twisted family secret yet, and it's darker than anyone ever imagined. In a shocking leaked phone call, Tamar claimed that Towanda Braxton and Michael Braxton Sr. were involved in a disturbing hidden relationship that the family has tried to bury for years. But the real bombshell? Tamar says Towanda is the biological mother of Ashlee Braxton, not Trina, not a cousin, not an adopted niece, but her own child, born from a scandalous situation that could destroy the Braxton family's entire legacy. Tamar didn't hold back. She said the truth was kept secret to protect reputations, record deals, and a fake public image. Now fans are scrambling to figure out what's real, what's fiction, and why no one stopped this before it was too late. Evelyn's silence, deafening. And Ashlee? She's already responding. This could be the end of the Braxton empire as we know it. It started as a whisper, something Tamar Braxton hinted at years ago in cryptic tweets and shady interviews, but never fully confirmed. Until now. In a voice recording that leaked late last night, Tamar's voice was raw, trembling, and absolutely livid. The audio picked up in the middle of a conversation with a close friend, and what she said sent shockwaves through the entire fan base. Towanda and Daddy, it was never right. And Ashlee? That ain't no niece. That's Towanda's child. And you'll know it. The internet imploded within minutes. Long-time Braxton family values fans couldn't believe what they were hearing. Was Tamar actually saying Towanda had a secret baby with their own father, Michael Braxton Sr.? The very idea was too disturbing to comprehend. But Tamar wasn't playing games. The tone in her voice wasn't dramatic, it was deadly serious. And for the first time, people believed every word. The recording spread like wildfire, reaching blogs, YouTube pages, and fan accounts in hours. Every post carried the same stunned caption. Tamar says Towanda is Ashlee's real mother, and Michael Sr. is the father. Fans began dissecting old footage, looking for signs. That one moment when Towanda nervously looked away when asked about Ashlee's birth. The time Michael Sr. avoided answering questions about how close he was to Ashlee. Even Evelyn's awkward laughter during an interview years ago when a host joked about how many kids Mr. Braxton really has. Suddenly, it all looked suspicious. But Tamar didn't stop there. In a follow-up live stream, visibly shaken but furious, she confirmed it herself. "I ain't protecting nobody no more," she said, pacing the room. "My sister had that child, and Mama told us to never speak on it. She said that's handled, that's buried. But I ain't burying no more lies. You'll want to know why Ashlee don't look like none of her cousins. Because she's not a cousin. She's Towanda's child. And we all know who the father is." The comments section exploded. Thousands of viewers begged for clarification, but Tamar refused to name Michael Sr. outright in the live stream. Still, the implication was clear, and the damage was done. "Y'all want real? This is real," she said. "This family been sick for a long time, and I ain't going to the grave with this guilt. I should have said something when Tracy found out, but I was scared. We all were. Wait, Tracy knew?" That revelation made everything worse. Tamar claimed Tracy discovered the truth years ago but was silenced by Evelyn and the Braxton PR team. Tracy told me one night after filming, she was crying, shaking. She said, "Tay, I saw the paperwork. That's Towanda's baby. But Mama said don't ruin the family." Tamar's voice cracked. "I held that for years, and I let Tracy die with that burden on her back. but not me. I'm done." What followed was pure chaos. Social media lit up with wild theories, timelines, and re-examined interviews. Some fans tried to deny it. Others swore they always suspected something. A few even dug up old records, finding a mysterious one-year gap in Towanda's career and public appearances shortly before Ashlee's birth. "She vanished for 9 months in 2002, one Redditor posted. "That's not coincidence. That's a pregnancy." Another posted a side-by-side photo of Towanda and Ashlee saying, "They have the same mouth, same eyes. And look at Michael Sr.'s features. You'll still think this is fake?" The silence from Towanda was deafening. No posts, no denials, no cryptic quotes, nothing. Tamar called it out directly. "Why she's so quiet now?" she snapped. "Because she knows what she did, and now the world knows too." Tamar then claimed that Ashlee herself had begun asking questions after years of feeling different. She used to ask, "Why don't I look like my cousins? Why do people always whisper when I walk into the room?" Tamar said. "Because they know. And that girl deserves the truth. She deserves to know who her real parents are." Tamar didn't just drop the bomb, she lit the fuse and walked away. In the hours that followed, fans began tagging Ashlee Braxton in posts, demanding answers. Finally, Ashlee broke her silence in a single Instagram story. Black background, white text. "I always knew." That post alone sent the entire internet into meltdown. Did she mean the rumors were true? That she had always suspected? Or that she had recently confirmed it behind closed doors? Either way, the damage couldn't be undone. Tamar had exposed something that couldn't be cleaned up with a family meeting or a well-written press release. And Evelyn. Still no statement. Still no word from the matriarch who allegedly forced the silence to begin with. But fans weren't waiting on her anymore. They were drawing their own conclusions, connecting the dots, and dragging everyone who participated in the cover-up. Tracy died with this secret. Tamar's carrying the weight now. "And Towanda? She's hiding like nothing happened," one tweet read. "This family is in shambles." But Tamar? She was just getting started. The truth Tamar spilled wasn't just explosive, it was historical. Fans couldn't breathe as they tried to piece together how long this secret had been kept under wraps and what role each Braxton played in maintaining it. But according to Tamar, the cover-up started decades ago, and the person who paid the heaviest emotional price was Tracy. In a second voice message that leaked online just hours after Tamar's livestream, her voice was softer, more broken. "Tracy found out first," she said. "She came to me after a family dinner one night, shaking. She said, 'Tay, I found the birth record. It don't list who they said it did. It says Towanda. And the last name matches Daddy's medical files.'" Tamar's breath caught in the recording. "I told her to be quiet. I told her we couldn't survive another scandal. And that night, Tracy cried herself to sleep in my arms." The weight of that revelation crushed fans who remembered how often Tracy was pushed to the background, dismissed, called emotional, unstable. But Tamar now says that was the trauma eating away at her. She wasn't just hurt over music deals or being left out of tours, Tamar explained. She was carrying a secret no sister should have to hold. She loved Towanda, but she couldn't unsee what she knew. And Mama? Mama told her to shut her mouth or risk losing access to the family brand. That was the word Tamar used over and over again, brand. She claimed Evelyn saw the Braxtons as a business, not a family. Mama said the Braxtons couldn't afford another scandal. She said we already survived Daddy's infidelity, Trina's divorce, my mental health in the headlines, and Tony's bankruptcy. She said if the world found out Towanda had a child with Daddy, it would destroy everything. So she told us to protect the family. But what she meant was protect her image. The timeline was starting to come together, and it was dark. Ashlee was born in the early 2000s. According to old interviews, Towanda took a mysterious sabbatical during that same year to deal with personal matters. Now fans believe that was code for her hidden pregnancy. Tamar claimed that Evelyn sent Towanda to live with a distant aunt in Baltimore, away from the press and away from Michael Sr. until the baby was born. Mama said, "We'll say she was adopted. We'll say she's a cousin." Anything but the truth. And that's what we did. We lied. But Tracy couldn't handle it. Tamar confessed that Tracy tried to tell Ashlee the truth in 2016, but Evelyn found out and threatened to cut Tracy off. She said she'd remove her from the show, block her music deals, and ruin her financially, Tamar said. Tracy backed down. She chose her family's survival over the truth, but that broke her. And I think it's why she never fully recovered emotionally. Fans were furious. Tracy was silenced to protect Towanda's shame, one post read. Another viral tweet said, "So Evelyn weaponized the brand against her own daughter. This isn't just dysfunction, this is emotional abuse." Tamar echoed the same. "We didn't protect Tracy. We failed her. And now we're doing it all over again with Ashlee." Ashlee, now a young adult, added fuel to the fire by posting another cryptic message. Imagine your whole identity being a lie. That post alone confirmed what Tamar had been screaming for days. But it wasn't just her identity that was in question. It was the very foundation of the Braxton name. Who knew what? Who participated? Who stood by silently while a girl grew up not knowing her real mother? The questions only grew louder. But Tamar wasn't done exposing receipts. She went live again, this time holding what she claimed were medical release forms signed in Evelyn's name in 2001, allegedly falsifying documents to cover up Towanda's maternity status. "I told y'all this was deeper than gossip," she said. "This was fraud. This was calculated. Mama altered paperwork to hide that baby. That's not a mistake, that's evil." Towanda remained completely silent. No statements, no reposts, no defense. And to fans, that was an answer in itself. "Silence is confirmation," one YouTube commenter wrote. Others begged her to speak, to own her truth, to explain something. But Tamar was ahead of the backlash. "Don't wait on a statement," she warned. "They ain't sorry. They're just scared of what else I might have." Her voice lowered. "And I have more." Meanwhile, Evelyn was reportedly in full panic mode behind the scenes. An unnamed family insider told gossip blogs that Evelyn held an emergency family meeting to issue a legal threat to Tamar. But Tamar refused to back down. "Sue me," she allegedly said. "I'll take you all to court with the truth. And I'll bring Ashlee with me." The sisters were now in chaos. Towanda, allegedly devastated, was said to have blocked Tamar completely. Tony was reportedly furious, not because of the secret, but because of how public it had become. Trina remained silent but posted a quote the next day that read, "Some wounds you heal alone, and some secrets kill the soul." That quote alone made fans wonder if she had known all along too. It was all spiraling. But Tamar stood firm in one message. This ain't about dragging Towanda. It's about saving Ashlee. She deserves to know. And the world deserves to stop worshipping a lie. It wasn't just a family secret anymore. It had become a national obsession. Every blog, every gossip channel, every podcast now had one headline dominating their feed. Tamar Braxton exposes Towanda, and Michael Sr.'s secret love child, Ashlee, speaks out. But while fans were still trying to process the shocking possibility that Ashlee might be the biological child of Towanda Braxton and her own father, Tamar had already shifted focus to the root of it all. Evelyn Braxton. Tamar wasn't mincing words anymore. This didn't happen in silence, she said during a live stream that hit over 300,000 views in 24 hours. This happened under Mama's roof, under Mama's authority, under her control. Evelyn knew. She approved it, and then she buried it like it never happened. The statement hit like a sledgehammer. Tamar claimed Evelyn orchestrated a complete cover-up from the moment she realized Towanda was pregnant. She said we couldn't tell the truth because it would destroy the family. But what she really meant was, it would destroy her reputation. Tamar alleged that Evelyn not only moved Towanda to Baltimore during the pregnancy, but also made Michael Sr. sign a non-disclosure agreement, swearing he'd never speak of the baby's true parentage. She told Daddy, "You owe me this," and he signed it. That's why he's been quiet for years. For decades, Michael Sr. had been branded the villain, the absentee, the disloyal father who walked away. But now Tamar painted a very different picture. A man caught in a horrifying web of secrecy, shame, and manipulation. He wasn't perfect, Tamar admitted, but he wasn't the monster Mama made him out to be. And now, looking back, I see why he never came to family events, why he always kept his distance. It wasn't because he didn't care, it's because he wasn't allowed to come close. Ashlee, meanwhile, wasn't sitting quietly anymore. On her TikTok, she posted a series of videos with emotional captions like, "You're not crazy, you're just finally waking up," and "I always knew I didn't belong." One video showed her opening a sealed manila envelope with a birth certificate inside, though the camera cut away before any names were shown. Fans begged her to reveal it, but she said in the caption, "It's not about proving it to y'all, it's about accepting it for me." Behind the scenes, insiders claimed that Ashlee had already hired a private investigator and was requesting her full medical birth records, including DNA test results tied to a hospital visit in 2014, when she had a rare allergic reaction and doctors needed immediate family history. She started asking questions back then, Tamar revealed, but Evelyn told her, "You're overthinking. Just focus on school." Tamar said Evelyn had always deflected Ashlee's curiosity with guilt. She would say things like, "You should be grateful we raised you. Not every child gets love." That's not love. That's gaslighting. The pressure on Towanda reached a boiling point. Despite remaining silent publicly, a source close to the family told media outlets that Towanda had broken down in a family Zoom call, screaming through tears, "I didn't ask for this. I was just a kid. I didn't know what to do." According to the source, Tamar was also on the call, unmoved. "You weren't a kid," she allegedly snapped back. "You were 26. You knew. You chose silence, and now Ashlee is the one bleeding for it." Evelyn reportedly ended the call abruptly, telling everyone, "We do not air our laundry for the world." But it was too late. The laundry wasn't just aired, it was drenched, dragged, and dumped in front of millions. Tamar then went public with her final challenge. "If you'll think I'm lying, take me to court, I dare you." Fans called it the ultimate showdown. Tamar had transformed from the outspoken sister to the family truth-teller, unfiltered, fearless, and relentless. And while some accused her of being messy or opportunistic, far more praised her for breaking a generational curse. "Tamar isn't exposing drama, she's exposing damage," one user tweeted. "This is what happens when families protect their name more than their children." Michael Braxton Sr., shockingly, made an appearance at a local church in Georgia, where he gave a testimony many saw as a quiet confirmation. "Sometimes men take the blame to protect the ones they love," he said, staring out at the congregation. "Sometimes silence is mistaken for guilt, but God knows the truth, and so do my daughters." Though he didn't name Towanda or Ashlee, those in attendance said his eyes welled up when a young woman asked him during Q&A, "Do you regret staying quiet for so long?" He answered, "Yes, every single day." The clip spread instantly. The Braxtons were fractured beyond repair. Evelyn reportedly planned a private family meeting to regain control, but Tamar declined the invite. "Ain't no coming back from this, not without accountability, and y'all don't even know what that means." Her last post that night was a screenshot of a DM from Ashlee. "Thank you for speaking. No one ever did before." Tamar reposted it with the caption, "She deserves truth, not tradition." Everything the Braxtons thought they had buried was now clawing its way back to the surface. And this time, it wasn't just Tamar digging. Ashlee had officially started her journey into the truth, and it was deeper, darker, and more disturbing than anyone online could imagine. After Tamar's bombshells, the silence from Evelyn was finally broken, but not in the way fans expected. The Braxton matriarch didn't issue a formal statement. Instead, she appeared in a now viral church panel where she tried to paint herself as a misunderstood protector. "Sometimes as a mother," she said, "you have to hold secrets so your family can survive." But Tamar wasn't having it. She reposted the clip with one caption, "Survive what? The truth? Or your own shame?" That post went viral instantly. The backlash against Evelyn intensified. Suddenly, her once praised sermons about strength and motherhood were being re-examined as tools of manipulation. Tamar alleged Evelyn had been using faith to gaslight her daughters into compliance for decades. "She told us lying was holy if it protected the family name," Tamar said on a private podcast appearance. "But lying didn't protect us. It destroyed us." She then dropped the next revelation. Evelyn had covered up more than just Ashlee's paternity. According to Tamar, this wasn't the first time Evelyn hid a pregnancy in the family. "There was another girl," Tamar whispered. "One we don't talk about. One who disappeared." The internet stopped cold. Within hours, Shaka's second daughter started trending. Fans started dissecting interviews, family photos, and old episodes of Braxton family values for clues. Tamar refused to say the other woman's name, but hinted she had been sent away in the late 90s, before Ashlee was even born. "Y'all think Towanda's secret is the only one Mama kept? Baby, there's more. So much more." The speculation became a frenzy. Some fans theorized there was another Braxton sibling out there, one who had been silenced before the cameras ever rolled. And Ashlee? She was watching everything. In her next post, Ashlee wrote, "If there's another girl out there, I want to know her, because I've spent my life wondering if I was ever part of a real family." That message shattered what little calm was left. Tamar reposted it and added, "You are, and you always were. We just weren't brave enough to protect you when it mattered most." But while Tamar was embracing the truth, Towanda was falling apart in silence. According to insiders, she had cancelled all upcoming appearances and was refusing to speak to anyone outside her immediate circle. Evelyn had moved in with her to provide support, but fans weren't buying the narrative. "She's not supporting her, she's controlling the cleanup," one fan page posted. Another said, "Towanda's silence isn't strength, it's shame." Meanwhile, Evelyn's credibility was sinking fast. Former family friends began speaking anonymously to media outlets. One claimed Evelyn had a book of timelines where she tracked everyone's public story to avoid contradictions. She knew how to spin. She was terrified the truth would leak, especially about Ashlee. Another family member who refused to go on record allegedly confirmed that Evelyn paid off hospital staff to redact certain files. Tamar all but confirmed it. She had money saved for this. She called it the rainy day fund. And baby, it's pouring now. But the most jaw-dropping twist came when a Braxton family values producer anonymously leaked footage that never aired. In the clip, a much younger Ashlee is seen walking into a family gathering, and the room goes completely silent. She tries to hug Evelyn, who steps back slightly before offering a forced smile. Towanda looks away. Trina bites her lip. Tamar, the only one who notices the tension, mutters under her breath, "Y'all so fake, it's disgusting." That one clip sets social media ablaze. "They knew," fans screamed. "They treated that girl like an outsider on camera, and it never aired because it was too real." Even former producers admitted that editing was used to sanitize the family's image. "A lot was cut," one confessed. Especially scenes where Ashlee asked hard questions. She started noticing inconsistencies, and we were told not to feed into it. That order came from the top. When asked what the top meant, the source said one word: Evelyn. The story was spiraling into new territory now, legacy destruction. With every truth Tamar revealed, more of the Braxton empire cracked. Fans no longer saw a close-knit family. They saw a polished facade covering layers of pain, power, and manipulation. And Tamar? She stood in the center of it all, not as the villain, but the whistleblower. "I'm not doing this for clicks," she said in her final live stream that week. "I'm doing it so Ashlee doesn't spend the next 20 years wondering if love has to be hidden to be real." By the time the truth had fully unraveled, Ashlee Braxton was no longer a forgotten niece in the shadow of a famous family. She was front and center, reclaiming a stolen identity that had been hidden her entire life. After weeks of silence, reposts, and cryptic messages, she made her boldest move yet, filing a legal petition to have her birth records unsealed and amended. According to reports, Ashlee had hired a high-profile family rights attorney to begin the process of uncovering the truth once and for all. "This isn't about money," she said in a short public statement. "It's about my name, my truth, my right to know where I come from." The legal filing listed both Towanda Braxton and Michael Braxton Sr. as parties of interest, And just like that, there was no hiding anymore. The Braxton family was officially under legal fire. Towanda, reportedly blindsided, collapsed during a phone call with Evelyn when she found out Ashlee had gone public with the filing. Sources close to the family claimed she screamed, "She wasn't supposed to do this. Mama promised it would never get this far." But Tamar, unshaken, posted a fierce clapback just minutes after the news broke. "Promises built on lies don't last," she wrote. "You told that girl she was crazy for asking questions, and now you mad because she found her voice?" The internet exploded. For fans who had been following the story from the beginning, it was the ultimate climax. Ashlee wasn't just speaking, she was acting, and with Tamar by her side, there was no stopping what came next. Inside the court filings, shocking allegations were listed. Forged hospital documents, sealed DNA records, and a suspicious guardianship transfer signed by Evelyn in 2003. Tamar said she remembered that day vividly. Mama walked in the house with a folder and said, "This paper means Ashlee will always be safe." What she meant was, "This paper means she'll never know the truth." Towanda still hadn't spoken publicly, but her silence was beginning to look less like protection and more like guilt. And behind the scenes, things were getting even messier. A voicemail leaked, allegedly from Towanda to one of her cousins, where her voice trembled as she said, "I didn't want this. I didn't plan it. I was scared. I just did what Mama told me to do." Tamar wasted no time. She posted a reaction video titled, "You are grown, and you had 20 years to tell the truth." At this point, Evelyn could no longer play the quiet, Bible-quoting matriarch. She released a full statement through a PR rep, her first since the scandal began, but instead of apologizing, she doubled down. "Families are complicated, mistakes were made, but I will not tolerate slander or allow lies to dismantle everything I've worked for," it read. Tamar exploded online. "Mistakes were made. You call stealing a child's history a mistake." The battle lines were drawn. Tamar and Ashlee on one side, Evelyn and Towanda on the other. Trina had all but vanished from the public conversation, and Tony remained silent, issuing no statement and ignoring every tag. But Tamar hinted she wasn't the only one ready to speak. In a now-deleted tweet, she wrote, "You'll better pray Trina don't open her mouth next, because she knows what happened at that Baltimore house." Then, in an unexpected twist, Michael Braxton Sr. re-emerged. This time, he didn't go to a church or issue a vague post. He gave a direct interview to Straight from the A, where he admitted, "I was pressured into silence. I didn't know what to do. But yes, I've always known." When asked point blank if Ashlee was his daughter, he hesitated, then whispered, "Yes." The interviewer paused. "With Towanda?" He simply nodded. The internet collapsed. Headlines roared, "Michael Braxton confirms incest rumors true." Comment sections spiraled out of control. While some accused Tamar of destroying her family for clout, millions applauded her for finally freeing Ashlee. Tamar just did what generations of women never could. She burned the shame to the ground, one viral comment read. And in the middle of it all, Ashlee posted a single video. It opened with her sitting on a bench holding a manila envelope. She looked into the camera and said, "I'm not mad. I'm just heartbroken. All I ever wanted was the truth. And now that I have it, I don't even know what to do with it." She opened the envelope, revealing a DNA test. Tamar's voice came in softly off camera saying, Whatever it says, you're not alone. The screen faded to black. Ashlee never revealed the results, but she didn't have to. Everything had come full circle. Tamar Braxton, once labelled the dramatic sister, the problem child, the attention seeker, had done what no Braxton had ever dared: expose the blood-soaked truth hiding behind the family's glittering legacy. And now, with the entire world watching, she was preparing for the final confrontation, a private sit-down with Evelyn Braxton. Cameras weren't allowed. There was no media. Just Tamar, Evelyn, and decades of silence, guilt, and unresolved pain thick enough to choke on. According to sources close to the family, Tamar demanded one condition: that the conversation be recorded for accountability. Evelyn allegedly refused at first, but Tamar didn't budge. "You kept your secrets long enough," she said, "but I'm not letting you rewrite this story again." What happened behind that door will never be fully known, but the aftermath said it all. Tamar walked out first, red-eyed but calm. Evelyn didn't come out for nearly 20 minutes. When she did, she was silent, pale, and trembling. Tamar posted a simple message that evening. She said it. She finally said it. Fans immediately speculated that Evelyn had admitted everything: about Towanda, about Ashlee, about the cover-up. Tamar didn't go into detail, but she didn't have to. Ashlee followed up hours later with a post of her own, a photo of herself as a baby with no caption. Then, hours later, another one, her current headshot with the caption, "My name is Ashlee Braxton, but now I finally know who I really am." It was a quiet declaration that hit louder than any press conference. By now, the Braxton empire was in ruins. Towanda deactivated her Instagram and reportedly checked into a private wellness facility. Evelyn retreated from the public eye completely. The gospel circuit, once eager to book her for speaking engagements, quietly pulled her name from their flyers. The image of the powerful mother figure who raised 6 girls through struggle and sacrifice was gone, shattered by the truth she tried to bury. And Michael Braxton Sr.? He issued a short final statement. "I failed, but silence isn't fatherhood. I pray for Ashlee every day." Legal proceedings escalated. Ashlee's case moved forward with a full investigation into falsified guardianship documents, and reports leaked that the Braxton estate could face civil penalties for fraud and emotional distress. Tamar offered to testify. "I won't let her go through this alone," she told her legal team. "Not like Tracy did." Tracy. Her name hovered over every chapter of this fallout like a shadow. In one final heartbreaking twist, Tamar revealed during a tribute livestream that Tracy left behind audio diaries, files never shared with the public. In one of them, Tracy is heard whispering, "I know the truth about Ashlee, and I wish I had the courage to speak it, but I've been told to sit down, smile, and keep the Braxton name clean. I'm tired of cleaning up lies." Fans wept. So did Tamar. "I'll never forgive myself for letting her carry that," Tamar said through tears. "But this is for her, for Ashlee, for every girl told to smile and shut up for the sake of the family name." And just when the world thought the story had reached its most painful end, Ashlee did something no one expected. She announced she was legally changing her name, not for fame, not to erase her past, but to reclaim her future. "I've been called everything: niece, cousin, secret. But now I choose what I'm called, and I choose to carry my truth." She didn't change her last name. She kept Braxton. But her middle name? She changed it to Tracy. Tamar reposted the name change announcement with one word: honor. The Braxton brand may never recover. Their show will likely never return. But what Tamar did was greater than any episode or interview. She cracked open a vault sealed by fear, pride, and generational shame and let the light in. And Ashlee? She stood in that light, no longer hidden, no longer silenced. This isn't just another Braxton scandal. This is a legacy unraveling in real time. Tamar didn't just expose a secret, she exposed a system of silence, shame, and survival masked as family. From Tracy's unheard cries to Ashlee's stolen identity, the truth has finally shattered the polished image, and there's no going back. Now the world knows what really happened behind closed doors. But what about you? Do you think Evelyn Braxton should face legal consequences? Should Towanda ever speak again? And will Ashlee finally find peace outside the shadow of this broken empire? Drop your thoughts below. Do you stand with Tamar's bravery, or believe some truths should stay buried? Like, comment, and subscribe for more shocking updates, because when it comes to the Braxtons, the silence is over, and the truth is louder than ever. Tamar Braxton, Braxton Secrets, Ashlee Tracy Braxton, Towanda Exposed, Family Cover-Up.